Let's see if YouTube takes it.
Take it, YouTube.
Yeah.
Take it all.
It did it too. Look like it's going live now.
We're back.
We're live. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
We are. I feel like you should wear this.
Why?
You know why.
I do not know why.
You're coachless.
That doesn't mean I wear the hat. No.
We'd have to go back. Can someone reread the minutes, please?
Reread the minutes.
We didn't have a hat bet going on?
I don't think so.
Dang it. It's unfortunate. Maybe we can find one this weekend.
What is it called? Conference round? What is it called? Divisional round?
Championship round.
Championship round? That's the official term for it?
I think so. I mean, it could be conference championship round. But you don't call the Super Bowl the championship round.
You call it Super Bowl week.
Before I forget, I want to talk about something real quick.
Let's talk about it.
So Bo Nix, at the end of that game, where did he hurt himself?
When he took a knee. No, that'd be funny. The
you know
play
what?
before he took a knee.
To be honest with you, I've seen multiple videos stating this is the play where Bo Nix injured his ankle. And they're different plays. So I don't know.
I heard a really interesting theory today.
I have not
that makes a
watched-
lot of sense, and I'm not sure if she had any proof behind it or if she was just saying. But
Who's she?
Somebody I work with.
Okay.
So just
They. So
we're just having conversations at work, right?
So they.
And
Them people.
she's like, "Well, okay." Like, he was not hurt coming off that field. He was not limping. He looked absolutely fine. Nobody can really find like where this happened.
So
and yet they were going back to the locker room to celebrate, right? I bet you they were doing a bunch of jumping around, and then like, what if he rolled his ankle or messed up his ankle jumping around in the celebration in the locker room?
Man,
because that makes so much more sense than it happened on some mysterious play and nobody knew.
Huh?
That's not where I saw that going.
Yeah.
Like when he brought that up, I did not see that going there. That's really funny. Thank you for that.
But doesn't that make sense? You're like, that makes total sense.
No,
and if that did happen, would they want to admit that, or would they want to say it happened on the field? Because I
okay.
wouldn't want to be like, yeah, I was jumping around in the locker room and I'm an idiot.
I'm sure. So I'm not sure of anything anymore after last weekend, to be honest with you.
What got you there, Ken? What got you there?
But we'll get there in a second. But I want to finish because this is good. This is good stuff.
I thought it was cool when she brought it up. I was like, you know what?
That's
just
really
be
funny.
right.
So what I'll say is that I have personal experience where I broke a bone and didn't know, and I mean, you never really know because.
Can I ask what bone it was?
It was an ankle.
It was? Wow.
A fractured ankle.
And it just felt sore or whatever?
Yeah, and so it had happened during a tennis match, and I went home. So I went home from that tennis match. I skated home on my skateboard, like the 2 miles or whatever it is from West Campus to, right here where we're at now. And woke up at like 4 a.m. Needed to go to the bathroom. Went to go step down and just like,
oh my God,
agony. Like, yeah, fell to the ground. Like,
okay,
yeah, and my mom thought I was full of crap. I told her, no, I think it's broken. We got to go. Like, we need to go to the hospital. And so she thought for sure that there was going to be nothing wrong. The whole time they took the X-ray and it was a fractured ankle, and so. If he was like feeling some weird soreness and they were like, hey, let's take a look at it. And then they took off his tape and whatever. And they're like, hey, whoa, that's actually, this one's a little swollen. Let's take an X-ray real quick.
Tape was relieving some of the pressure off the ankle.
And found something, and adrenaline too.
Right.
A lot of that.
Sure.
And honestly, he made when they were announcing all that stuff, he probably wasn't even feeling most of it. yet. But they were just, they were on top of it. So that's possible. But it would be a lot funnier if it was the locker room thing. It would be so much funnier if it was the locker room thing. And honestly, like the sad look on Sean Payton's face, like it's like I kind of want to now know, after hearing that, I want to go back and look at him make the announcement and see if it's like actual sadness or like he's hiding disgust. So we can actually like really deep dive on this. But but the reason I wouldn't say that I'm sure of anything is because the officiating again feels like it decided a lot of what was, what happened.
Ray, we've got a couple of plays we were hoping you could bring up so we could watch them side by side here.
Mm-hmm. So the one play is the Brandon Cooks catch. Brandon Cooks will not catch the interception at the end of fourth quarter or was it overtime? Was that an overtime?
I remember. It probably was, yeah. It was
I remember it was. I remember thinking it was basically a punt, so it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, right. I was driving home and I saw
catch or interception.
Yes, that one, and then in the Bears game.
But we're gonna need you on this one, Gene.
Where, he caught it. And
They blocked it.
They took it away from him, but they gave him. They gave him forward progress and called him down by contact.
Okay. Now, see this one here. We're looking at the.
To be honest, I didn't have a problem when this one was called. This was not a play that gave me an issue. This was not.
Was it called as a catch?
It was called interception.
Oh, the first. Okay.
They called that an interception. So it comes down 1-2, knee down. Body down.
Right. And so the rule is you got to survive the ground, and that's why this is an interception. Okay.
Now show the Devontae Adams play.
Yeah, let's see it.
And this is the best shot of it, where it's like, how is this not a catch? How is
it? It does look like a catch. You're right.
Because they ruled it, because that is the most damning shot. And you didn't see that one. They did not give us the shot. When we were watching the game, we did not get to see this.
All right. You want to see which one?
Devontae Adams versus the Bears non-fumble, I guess.
Are you talking about the sideline catch?
It's over the middle, I think, actually.
It would have to be.
It's
over
not.
the
No. It's not. No. The sideline catch was great.
Rules.
I love that catch. That catch was amazing. When he made that catch, I knew it was a catch. Like I knew they didn't need to look at it. But there's a play. I think it might be this one you're looking at right now, because there was confusion over who was supposed to have the ball.
Oh yeah, but his knee was already down.
Right, but look at it in replay, and it's essentially the same play as the Brandon Cooks play, except for on this one they give it to the offense. Watch.
No, he's got complete control of the ball.
Right, but it's the same thing as Cooks. He doesn't move. He doesn't make he catches the ball, doesn't move, comes down with the ball.
Right there, he's down.
But he loses.
The defender doesn't even have the hands on the ball. The defender didn't even have his hands on the ball. The defender had his hands on his hands.
You have to survive. You have to survive.
Not once your foot. Because he already.
It's the same thing with Cooks.
No. The catch was already completed.
How is that not with Cooks?
But the catch is already completed.
How? He in the rules, you have to get 2 feet down and then make a football move. Where was his football move?
He had complete control of the ball. When his knee was down.
But that's not. He didn't make a football move, and in that sense,
you don't have to make a football move.
You have to survive going to the ground. That's why they took it from Cooks.
But he Cooks hadn't established a catch yet.
Yes, he did. One knee is 2 feet.
I know, but he didn't.
He did. Go back and look at it, and look at them side by side, and tell me that they're different plays. They're the same play. It's the same play.
It's not the same play.
Yes, it is. In terms of ruling it,
I'm going to agree to disagree. I don't need to watch the replay. I've been watching it all week long.
In terms,
I don't need to watch it again.
In terms of the way that you would rule that,
can you get a better angle on that Rams one? Because honestly, I want to get a better look at the Rams catch there at Devontae Adams.
Show me where Devontae Adams makes a football move.
Because if he
doesn't make a football move, then he has to survive going to the ground. And he doesn't do that. He doesn't.
Well,
do either of those
your hero Joe Burrow disagrees with you. He said that both calls on the field were correct. He tweeted it. He said, "I can't believe how many people actually don't understand what a catch is." So he's talking about you now at this point, and he tweeted it out. You can look it up. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You're the professional football player.
Okay.
Who has nothing to gain or lose on this. Had agreed with the refs on both catches.
I don't.
Let's see if we can get Brian's angle.
Where does he lose it there? Is it just...
He loses it after he's down.
So does Cooks.
Look, he still has
Cooks.
Freaking complete control.
Cooks loses it. Look, it's the same thing. He's down. He has the ball and he's down.
From that angle, I can see your point.
Yes,
From that angle, I can see your point.
I know.
I can see why you'd be an outraged fan. But, I mean, Joe Burrow.
I don't care about what Joe Burrow said. Joe Burrow's not in the playoffs. Joe Burrow's a loser.
I would love to hear one of the head refs explain the difference between the two, because watching it with my eyeballs, like I feel like there's a little bit of a difference between the two plays.
They are,
but I can't
different.
really.
There's a lot of things that are different.
What the difference
but
is.
in terms of what you're looking for from the rule book, you can't describe it differently to me.
And that's why I would love to hear one of those, one of the head refs,
because it is
a head refs
receiver
or whatever.
makes catch, knee goes to ground, receiver loses ball, and in one play you give it to the defense, and on the other play you give it to the offense.
But I will say one looked a little bit more contested than the other, and so it kind of like changes your opinion on it. I would love to hear a head ref describe the difference between the two.
I don't know.
Like, Joe Burrow, the amount of people that don't understand what a catch is in the rule book flabbergasts me. And it's not the officials. The two plays yesterday were not difficult calls, and they got them both right.
Like, this is like you can find tweets from 2014 about how Dez didn't catch it. Now, what are the rules now? It would have been a catch.
But it wasn't then.
But it wasn't then. But there's people talking about like they want to talk about stuff like this. But these are the types of things that happen where that force them to make clarifications in the rules. Because that's ridiculous. Right
I've been watching football for 35, 40 years, and what is a catch has always been
ever since replay. Replay came
even
around.
Even before replay.
And
like
so
it was always just like, well, what is it?
Check this out.
It feels like it changes every 5 years.
I wanted to save it for tonight, so I didn't put it into the group chat. I feel like the further we get away from it, the bigger a mistake instituting instant replay was.
So you think instant replay was a huge mistake?
Yeah.
And I think you could have argued that for a while, but I don't think you can argue that now.
I think it's
now with the expedited replays and everything that they've been doing, like this year and last year. I've been really impressed.
I'm not. I'm unimpressed. I feel more and more like
something moving on there.
I know this thing. I've been chewing on it for years.
I feel more and more like what I watch on television doesn't match the description that they're looking for in the rules. And like great plays, like the end of that.
He's just mad.
Like the end of that Falcons game.
Buffaloes aren't going.
No, I'm not, no. I'm really not. So here's what I told Brian on the way here. I wasn't actually mad about it until the next day, and I mean, I'm talking about the Cooks play. The thing that actually made me mad, if you wanted to bring this up, this is actually the thing that was worse. Was in that same game, Buffalo is driving for either the game-winning touchdown or the game-tying field goal at the end of the fourth quarter, and he throws a fade route to Cooks in the end zone, and Cooks clearly gets held by that Moss guy that got like roasted repeatedly over the second half of the year. Like while Denver's defense was really good, that guy was really bad. And they didn't throw the flag, and I was like, you know what? There was like, okay, I guess it was close. He clearly held him, but it was close, and whatever. And then they threw the flag on Buffalo on 3rd and 10 for Denver on an identical play. And actually the one that they didn't call was worse. And it was on the same side of the field. So it's the same guys making the call. It was absolutely I turned off the TV. I didn't even actually see the second penalty that people were complaining about, which I saw replays later. And that one was like whatever. That one.
I remember what part of the group text this was.
The second one was fine, but I
basically said I'm not watching anymore.
I was like because it was like, what are we doing? What is this? Like, what am I watching right now? This is supposed to be like, these are supposed to be the guys that graded the highest in terms of the referees. That's how they got here. Mm-hmm. That's how they earned this position that they're in, and like they can't get like pass interference, like some basic pass interference plays the same in the most crucial moments of the game. It was absolutely beyond me. Like, I was okay with them letting the first one go, and how do you call the second one to decide the game? To decide the game, because the thing is like that one was even worse to call. The first one, if you call it, Buffalo still has to like decide if they want to try and go for it with no timeouts, or if they just want to kick a field goal. The second one, you put Denver into field goal range to win the game.
But, I mean, you're not saying this is some conspiracy or anything.
I'm not saying it's conspiracy. I'm just saying it's stupid.
It's just...
Yeah, he's just saying they're bad.
I'm just saying they're stupid. I'm just saying you cannot, like, how do they spend this much money on this system, this instant replay system, and mess up that badly? That is unforgivable. People want to talk about the Brandon Cooks play. I don't care about the Brandon Cooks play. I don't care about the Devontae Adams play, even though they are the same. The play that really lost me, where I was like, I cannot believe this just happened, was the pass interference call that they called on Buffalo on 3rd and 10 that was touchy when they didn't give it to Buffalo not 5 minutes earlier. In the same people, you could say like there was a problem, like this guy called it better than the guy over here, but it was the same referee on the same side of the field,
and maybe
that made
he had
the
a
call.
different angle, or maybe there's all kinds of things that could have
no,
because people are human. Because
you're right, get them out.
I'm
so
just
get them
saying.
out. So get them out. Like, we've already removed them from
what
the
I would
game.
love to see.
Like, get them out.
Just listening to you rant about that, it just made me think. You know what I'd love to see is on Tuesday morning, have the head ref of the NFL come out and explain all the controversial.
I don't care about that, and it's funny.
Why not?
It's funny that you bring that up.
And
because actually, I'm at the point now where I want to do what Cooper Kupp does with his kids and just mute the games as I watch them, because every single one of them now has a stupid rules analyst that used to be part of the system. You know, up in your ear, like, oh no, this is why it was okay. I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it.
I do want to hear it.
I don't. It doesn't.
I'm a rules guy, man. I want to hear all the minutia. You know what I mean? That's my thing.
Then play more Magic.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
You know what? Because this is supposed to be football. Like, we ask these guys to be at the pinnacle of fitness physically and to go 100 miles an hour, and then you want to judge them like they're playing chess.
Nature of the beast, man.
No, it's stupid. It's just stupid.
It's just part of the game.
To me, and to like finish my point, to me, over the course of the last 25 years, it has made the product of watching it worse. Like, actual watching football, like if you go back and you watch games, like if you just rewatch a game from like 1999, it is so much more enjoyable than what you watch today, because there are so many less stoppages. There's so much less crap. There's so much less fake enthusiasm, like that's designed to get you. And the thing
we
is,
might have to try that someday just to see.
And here the thing is like on that one, like people have been killing Al Michaels, who I love the fact that he's coming back. Amazon has already announced that he's coming back for 2026, because to me he's still the best. Like
he's always been great.
He's been getting murdered this year for having a lack of enthusiasm during what people think are important moments, and it's funny because I'm gonna like loop around real quick, but like my feed has been overloaded recently with some interview that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck did talking about every time I hear the name I do the same thing. Team America. But every time man, damn you, Ray. So my feed's been overloaded with this stupid interview that they did where they're talking about AI and what it's doing to the cinema process.
I thought they were talking to like TikTok and just like quick.
They talked about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I only caught parts of it.
I didn't actually catch the interview. I just have seen so many different cuts of it. Anyway, they've talked a lot about AI and how now, like Netflix, the producers at Netflix are encouraging them to reiterate the plots of their movies multiple times during the movie because people are on their phones while they're watching their movies.
I'm guilty of that.
And so to loop that back real quick, it's like the only way I can imagine that you are upset at Al Michaels for not like yelling when like a fumble happens or a score happens that changes the score with like 2 minutes to go or something like that is because you were fucking paying attention and you wanted his help. Like the loud noises let you know to look up from your phone.
So Ray, so when you go to a movie theater, you'll be scrolling on your phone.
Oh no,
so like at home watching a movie.
But at home, everybody's
on
gonna do
Netflix.
that. Like if you don't actually like,
but like something that you've already seen.
No.
So what I like to do
new
is
and you're
like,
gonna be on your phone and stuff. Like I'm 10 years older than you guys, so like I'm.
No, everybody. Yes, everybody does that, and so like
and that's the
personally,
point.
I like
That's
to
crazy
I like
to
to
me.
put my phone away. I'll put it on the charger. I'll go sit it down if I'm actually trying to watch. If
So
if
here's
I
the
have made
thing.
a commitment to watching something because I don't want to.
I don't make commitments like that anymore.
That's
here's
funny.
the thing. Here's the thing.
It's like it's like
Here's the thing. I will sit there and try to watch it, and my phone will ping or buzz, right? And if that happens, like, I go to my phone, and then I might address whatever it is that I needed to address, and then like I'm on my phone, so I start clearing notifications out, and you know what I mean. The next thing I know, I'm not paying attention to whatever it is I'm watching anymore.
Yeah.
You lost like 5 minutes.
So-
yeah.
What happens when in those cases I turn off whatever it is I'm watching and I'm like, all right, I'll go back to it. Like I have to seriously be like, I'm committed to watching whatever
So
I'm watching.
I agree with that. I'll do that too.
And then so I do stop it and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not gonna focus on this right now. And now it's to the point where like I'll watch a show to see if it can keep me off my phone. And then I'll know, oh, this is good because it's keeping me off my phone. Right, and then if it doesn't, then it's obviously not good.
So,
but I feel like I've always had great phone etiquette. Right, if someone texts me, I don't go, I'll get back to you in 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. If somebody texts me and I see the text, I will text you back. And you guys probably have noticed that. Like, I get back to people right away. I think that's kind. And I think that's the way people should be, right? So it's none of this, I'll get back to you in a few hours when I have the headspace to deal with you. No, if you took the time to text me, I'm going to take the time and extend that courtesy back and text you back. Right? And I understand that's like I'm on a mountain by myself with that, especially this day and age. But
I used to be able to do that. I used to be that way, but
you're not that busy.
No. It's not
I
busy.
have
No.
three jobs.
It's not busy. It's not busy. I agree with you. It's not busy though. What happens is like my text messages also go to my tablet, and so my kid will be on my tablet, or both tablets will be dead, and he'll be on my phone.
Yeah.
And he won't he's 5 years old, so he won't tell me that I got a message unless it's from his mom. hey, my mom said something, you know. But
why don't he'll just give him his own tablet with his own account?
He does have his own tablet, but they're not good about charging them. So they're dead. And when I'm doing something and I just want him to get off my back,
we're getting to parental things, and we probably should just stay away from that.
It's funny. You guys are making me feel old because you guys feel about your phone way differently than I do.
When they go to sleep, I do put their tablets on the charger because I want to make sure that doesn't happen. But sometimes it still happens. You know, and so I've definitely missed messages because my son has just cleared them out, you know, like not deleted them, but like if I don't see the red notification, then I don't know to look at them. And so, you know, I'll be.
And there are times where I know I don't have time to get to that and I won't open it. So it's still there. So like from what you're saying, like if your kid's clearing it, you're not going to see it. And I know like, okay, I can see the preview. And at work, my work tab, because I believe in always having something on you that's not on the network at work. So like those things that I have with me, like there is no preview on those things, right? So if like my wife were to text me, it's like nobody could read what she wrote, right? My phone always has like where I could preview it because that never leaves my site. But some of the other devices I have,
I see.
I leave at my desk. They're there for other purposes, not on work networks. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. Private. So,
anyway, people are doing a lot of device juggling. And
you guys make me feel so old because I feel so differently about.
Okay,
I feel so differently about my devices. Like when I get home, I put my phone aside, I plug it in. And I forget about it. Like I don't look at it until the next morning a lot of times. Maybe I'll look at it again once or twice, but
you're doing other things. You're also playing online.
Nah, he's being rude.
I'm doing all kinds of stuff, but I just like.
Rude.
I don't know.
His nucleus is all that matters to him as soon as he walks through the door.
I thought texts were all about like. Okay, I'm texting you so you can get back to me whenever you have the opportunity.
It's not a big deal. That way. Some people do
used to be that way.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm still that way.
And it could be a problem.
But now,
usually, if I send you something in Messenger, I feel that way.
I don't want to get. I could talk about that this subject for a really long time. But my point in bringing it up is like if you take a moment to notice, like all of the production around football, it's all the same, like network to network to network, so there are very few people that are like Al Michaels anymore. Most of them are more like the guy that's with Brady, and to me it's hard to tell who you're listening to. Like you could seriously just plug and play whoever you want next to whatever, you know, analyst you've chosen to be your star, which is that, you know, Brady in this instance, and it doesn't matter. They sound the same, and they've been trained to sound the same, like to to show emphasis at specific points, like when specific things. It feels machine-like. It doesn't feel natural anymore. So like,
which is why I don't know what announcers or what. I don't know. There's very few announcers I can pick out and know the name of.
I like listening to Al Michaels, and Al Michaels because he has a brilliant way of knowing he's not trying to impress you. He knows that he knows his shit. And if you actually listen to him, for fucking being 81 years old, that guy is on the ball.
He's 81.
You can't tell. For being 81, he is on the ball. Like the things that he says during the game, I'd be bowled over to find out that someone like he was just like verbatim saying something that came into his ear, because I can't imagine that he is. I can't imagine that Al is the kind of guy that listens to anybody in his ear while he's calling a game.
That'd be hard.
Because he's so good at it, but the things that he brings up where it's like it is obvious that he has studied both teams. He knows the entire roster of both teams still at this point in ways that the younger guys still don't, because they're so focused on other things. They're so focused on entertaining you rather than being students of the game. which was something that to me made the best announcers the best, was that they actually knew more about football than you did. And I don't need
that was the point. That's why you're listening.
Right. That's why I listen to you. I don't listen to you so that I know when to get excited about looking at the screen. I'm only listening. So that to close my point, when I heard Cooper Kupp watches the games on when they have the chance with his kids with no sound, and I thought about that and I was like, what am I missing? What am I missing? Nothing but annoyance. If you actually know anything about football, there's a lot of annoyance. Like there are very few people that are that actually seem to know what they're talking about when they're talking about the game. A lot of them are just like old guys that played football and they know their position really well.
Right.
But they fill in a lot on anything else. And finally, it is a crime against football that Greg Olson wasn't a part of the divisional round. That he's not calling football games.
Colin Cowherd has been saying that for years. Watch the football games with the sound off.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, it's probably Cooper Kupp probably got it from him.
Do it.
I've been listening to Colin Cowherd longer than Cooper Kupp's been in the league, and he's been saying that fucking forever since.
I've told you guys that I really enjoy watching the All 22 and stuff like that. The All 22 and then the condensed film, and the All 22 is no sound. And so the All 22 is you see every shot you see, you can see all 22 players on the field, and you get two shots. You get the what's it called?
Overhead Madden view.
The stadium what broadcast is what they call it, I think. Anyway, and then the other one's the end zone shot, and you get that of every play, and you get it with no sound, and you don't need any sound.
Well, and not for that, because you're studying if you're doing that.
Finally,
you know what I mean?
The very last thing I'd like to say on the subject before we actually get into some fun talk with our Rams guy over here is that I am under the understanding that we are getting adaptive technology that is going to allow us to listen to the games without the announcers, just hear the noise from the stadium.
I could see that. There was an option that you could turn on Snoop Dogg.
I've tried those options once or twice, and
I'll do that every time.
I'll tell you, I don't. I go back to the original every time. I always go back to the original podcast. It's about entertainment,
and it's not one of those things that I
agree with you, and I don't like
right
it anymore.
Wrong. It's
what you prefer.
It's about it's all about
right. Some people like to watch the Mannings on Monday night.
And
I tried that once or twice, and they can be amusing. But you know what? Overall, I prefer the other one. I just the regular broadcast.
It's Joe Buck and Aikman. And so,
I don't even notice that. I don't even notice who they are.
The
I don't get
brothers,
that.
I like how they're about to predict what play they're going to run and what they're going to do.
It's funny that you
I wish they were doing that more
that
often.
you
There's
say
so
that-
often they're talking to their guests and doing other stuff instead of paying attention to the game.
let
I'm
me-
like, guys, you're supposed to be talking about the game, not
It's
what
like
you
a
did
weird
last week.
podcast hybrid.
But a lot of times the game is
podcast
boring.
while watching the game.
So, a lot of times there's lulls in the game, and if they felt like the game was the part, if they felt like there was an important thing happening on the screen, I never felt like I was missing something because I was watching them. But I get what you're talking about, but the way that you said that right there, when I said that it's it's because it's Buck and Aikman, why you would prefer to go to the normal broadcast, because Buck and Aikman are actually good, and
No, what I was saying is
hold on, right?
see
And
the
I
difference
heard you,
between
I
something.
heard you, and so what is it that you are looking for when you tune into a broadcast?
I'm
I
looking
don't
for
think about
analysis
broadcast.
from refs.
I don't think about I would love to have analysis.
I feel like you're contradicting
I love
yourself.
Romo. I love Romo.
Am I alone?
And I love Collinsworth.
I think he just likes to listen to the announcers, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Or
There's nothing
or
wrong
they're
with
just,
the ref
they're
coming
just
in
the
and
background
explaining the
noise
rule
to
book.
the game. They're just the background noise to the game, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But it's like I'm not paying attention to them. I'm paying attention to the game, and they are a side note. And so there's very few of them that catch my interest.
I hate
they only catch my interest if they're really bad or really good.
So I feel,
and the ones that I feel are really good are Collinsworth and Romo.
Oh, I don't think Collinsworth.
Other than that, I just don't care who it is.
Interesting.
I mean, those are the only two that stand out to me at all. Other than that, they're all just kind of the same. Like you were saying before, is they're all kind of programmed to be the same, and I agree with that because they all sound the same.
They all sound the same.
Absolutely, sure. And so I don't care who's announcing because they all sound the same.
So we need some AI so we can just make them sound like whoever we want.
One day,
coming soon.
Coming soon.
I miss Pat Summerall. And Dick Enberg. Oh my!
We're gonna get John Madden back announcing games. All
Seriously,
right.
Seriously, dude.
So
I always hated
if we're
John
gonna talk
Madden.
about the Rams game,
I hated John
up.
Madden so much.
The Rams.
You're not gonna watch the
Seahawks.
movie? Sorry, Rams fan.
Go for it. Go for it. Finish talking about a movie.
There's a movie coming out, the Madden movie. He just said he always hated John Madden.
Did you?
Always.
Dude, John Madden did so much for football. That's crazy.
Oh, okay. Like people liked him. I get it. People liked him, and he did do a lot for football. But for me, I hated him. He was so dumb. Like I just talk about the complete obvious guy that just.
You can look this up. I'm pretty sure John Madden still has the greatest winning percentage of all time amongst coaches that qualify.
I can always remember one broadcast, and he's like, "Oh, here's a Seal Rock. Like all these seals always come to the Rock, and it's this great blah 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 blah."
Oh yeah, he did do that.
Oh, and it's a bunch of seagulls, and it's like, oh, it's Seagull Rock. My bad. Like, yeah, because you don't know what you're talking about, you idiot. But yeah, I was never a fan of John Madden. I was never a fan of his obvious style. To me, he is one of those few announcers that took away from the game that I would want to mute.
What do you want me to look up, Ken?
Head coach, all-time winning percentage.
Dude, his telestrator and pointing out the obvious.
So did you see? You didn't see the video of? So you don't know about this movie?
No.
Okay, so Nicolas Cage is going to play John Madden. And
weird. Okay.
Right, but I've seen it and it works.
All right.
And Christian Bale is Al Davis.
That just doesn't make sense.
It's
but okay.
and it's funny. Anyway,
John Madden is number 2.
Number 2. Okay, who's number 1?
Guy Chamberlain, coach in the 1920s.
Oh God, that's funny. Yeah. Okay. So
how many years did he coach?
So in the Super Bowl era, it's Madden.
How many years did Madden coach?
11, I think. It was 10 or 11.
Okay.
So in the Super Bowl era, it's Madden, then Lombardi.
Really?
Yeah.
How many did he win?
10 years.
He only won one Super Bowl.
10 years.
He only won one Super Bowl.
But it was what, his winning percentage or what?
Mm-hmm.
Because Lombardi won how many?
But in 10 years, he coached from 69 to 78. So when he started, there were 12 game seasons. In 10 years, he won 103 games. And he never had so he played, or he coached the last 2 years. I'm pretty sure they switched to 16 game seasons in 76 when they added Seattle and Tampa Bay. I'm pretty sure that was when the 16 game season started.
And how were his rosters? Was it really accounted to? Oh my God, he's this amazing coach.
Because he was a motivator.
The talent on his team.
He was a motivator and offensively. So he was an offensive lineman, and so he knew.
He sounds like an offensive lineman.
He knew blocking techniques, and he knew a lot. And well, it's why he made such a big deal about linemen all the time. But his greatest skill was in was getting the most out of players, And so at the time he was there, Oakland was known for taking in players that had problems. And him
and still today.
And turning well, getting, Pro Bowl level play out of them. At the time, which, back in the day meant something. And they had probably like in one of the best offensive lines of all time. From center to left tackle, it was Jim Otto, Art Shell, and Gene Upshaw. And just like from center to left tackle,
I know most of those names, and if I know most of those names from the 70s,
they're all Hall
gotta
of Famers.
be amazing.
They're all Hall of Famers. And Gene
Absolutely.
Upshaw was the original president of the Players Association.
Right.
Yeah. So, they were all coached by Madden. Anyway, he did know his stuff. And the last thing I was going to ask you about it is but you obviously haven't seen it. Maybe you've seen it. Is they do a telestration scene with Nicolas Cage, and it's bad. It's like they didn't even try to train him on.
Really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Has this already come out, or are you just watching previews?
You should.
I didn't even know.
You should look it up. It's so funny. It's like
But is it out? It's a movie that's
it's
out.
coming soon.
Okay, it's a
coming
preview.
soon.
Okay. We're just talking previews.
So
Sorry.
anyway, all right. So you guys, how are you planning on celebrating your next Super Bowl championship?
Well,
not to get
I
ahead
have
of yourself.
actually one idea if it does happen. I don't want to get too excited about it, but and I already told people at work that I'm going to be obnoxious if the Rams win. So there's actually like a sign, like store thing, like literally right down, like 5-minute walk from the front door. And I was gonna walk over there. I got a quote today. I was like, "How much for a 2x3 sign, like of a canvas?" And they're like, "Oh, $35." I was like, "Oh, that ain't shit." Like, if I can come in here on a Monday and it takes you guys an hour to make it, it's gonna say like Super Bowl champs. Like, I'm gonna make a Super Bowl champs banner with the Rams,
Right
maybe
away.
the score, maybe the yards and stuff like that on there,
Nice.
and hang it above my office. And the guy who sits behind me is also a Rams fan, so I was gonna straddle the two offices with this banner. Maybe make it a 3x6 because it's only $35. It's probably about $70 for one that's twice as big, and just have that hanging for the rest of the year, kind of thing. But we'll see. That was the one idea I did have. If this happens, it seems like.
So
I'm jealous.
I feel like
I wish I could have those dreams right now.
so if you look at the season from a fantasy football perspective, there's really only one important question left, because regardless of what happens, you expect to see the exact same Seattle team back. Like Ken Walker, I guess maybe is a question there.
You're talking about next year?
Next year, you expect Denver to, like, whatever happens, like, you're going to get most of the same pieces back from Denver. And New England, you're going to get, like, the question will be who do they bring in to play with Drake May at receiver? What are they going to do or whatever? But the biggest question is, to me, is like, if the Rams win, are they done? Like, does
couple
McVay,
things.
Do McVay and Stafford just walk away, or they're like, hey, we've got a chance to win a third?
It'd be
one.
interesting if McVay walked away.
I kind of feel like they're going to go away at the same time.
There were
I don't know
rumors
if
about
they
that
will.
last Super Bowl that you guys
I think it
won.
was like contract stuff.
Okay.
And so I don't think McVay would go away. Stafford might. He might get his two and go, that guarantees me Hall of Fame.
And honestly, he
Peace
probably
out.
should. Like, he's got that degenerative shoulder. Is it shoulder or elbow?
I think it really just depends on how he feels. You know what I mean? Like, if he thinks they could roll it back.
But he's getting like noticeably worse and noticeably more painful in his arm every year because of the.
Noticeably worse, and he's coming off of the best season.
Oh no! I'm not saying on the field.
Which one do you want?
I'll take the yellow one.
I'm not saying on the field. I'm saying.
So let's get this out of the way. Go, no, I'm listening.
No. I just. I lost my train of thought there.
You're saying it's not that
you guys.
getting
You were
worse
saying
on the
that
field.
he should retire. So go on. Why should Stafford retire?
You're saying he was getting
If he
worse.
wins.
Degenerative.
No, just the injury that he has. He's getting worse every year. Like, why not retire after?
I don't
after
see
the
that
wins?
he's not like noticeably worse. Like
Not
he's
on the
getting
field,
smarter.
I'm saying mentally, like he's experiencing more pain. The thing that he has going on is it's something that's only going to get worse, can't heal. Like,
Yeah, but he doesn't look like Peyton Manning when Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl on his.
oh
way out.
no, he looks fantastic right
Yes,
now. I'm not
exactly.
saying that.
When you when you're playing this good, it's like really hard to walk away.
But
right?
he knows if he
But
wins
it's-
this
but
year,
it's-
he knows
and
he
it's
can
not
only
just
be
him.
worse next
It's,
year and be in more pain. Like going out on top with that MVP or with that
Again, I'm not
Hall of Fame.
disagreeing with the Stafford thing.
Yeah.
He may decide to do that. I'm saying the Sean McVay thing. I find that a
agree.
little harder to believe.
And I agree with you on that. I
But
agree totally.
Well,
it would
if
really
Stafford
just
leaves-
depend on like, can we roll this back? What is the plan? What is the outlook? What are
we
the
do it one
linemen?
more
It wouldn't
What are they?
just be
There's
Stafford.
going to be a lot of
Like,
questions on that.
Devontae Adams has already said that that when Stafford is ready to walk, he's done too.
Really?
Yeah.
And it might be like this rebuild
guys?
thing that they're doing.
Ooh, it's treat
What
time.
the heck?
Oh man,
And,
intermission.
So, get out of the way. But I did hear talks that, like, I'll take the beanie. That if Stafford does go away,
Thank you.
that Burrow might be on the table for the Rams. So Burrow.
That would be insane.
So you just get that dog out of here. Get him out. So yeah, I mean, obviously we'll see. I don't think the Rams are going to follow this model where they have to overpay their quarterbacks. I don't think they're willing to do that. And that's probably part of what happened with Stafford being on the fence of joining. I think there was some convincing, like, look, dude, if we pay you all this money, we're not going to be able to protect you. So I do think there's some sort of mechanism in there that's built around that. But yeah, if Stafford leaves and Burrow's next up in line, I just think Sean McVay's too young and knows he can accomplish so much and become such a legendary coach if he sticks with it. And I don't think Kroenke wants just to sign the next and have to try to find some new coach that does as good. I think he wants to keep that he's got to keep winning to win fans over in LA. You know what I mean? He's got to build that fan base back up. And so they got to keep winning to do that. They can't just go in there and be sorry, and expect to get a fan base.
That's interesting. So how do they get Burrow?
Oh, I don't know. That's just a rumor I heard.
Because I feel like that would cost way too much.
Yeah.
Because
So-
if I'm the Bengals, like you're talking about, you send Burrow, you're talking about the prospect of sending Burrow over to to play with for McVay. However many first round picks you get back, like they're all late.
Yeah.
They're all gonna be late.
Yeah.
So
outside of that, I have like a thought exercise. So let me get through it because I really want you to hear the whole thing. Okay. So, and it's not a big thought exercise, but I was thinking about this, just hearing all the noise. I see like these scenarios, right? So I can see the Rams winning barely, clutch. I can see the Seahawks winning clutch, barely. I can see the Rams blowing the Seahawks straight out of the water. I don't see, this is where I want to hear if you guys agree or disagree. I don't see the Seahawks being able to blow the Rams out of the water.
I disagree.
You disagree? Mm-hmm. Okay. Why?
It's not an expectation thing. It's because their defense has been their defense and special teams have just been incredible.
But not against the Rams.
All year long.
They've thrown 6 interceptions so far against the Rams.
No, I agree.
And you guys know each other well.
I'm saying their defense. I'm saying that I could just as easily see the Rams blowing them out as the Seahawks blowing the Rams out. So it's not likely. But I could see a scenario where the Rams, like the Seahawks are already ahead, and the Seahawks defense makes a play.
Because that would be winning clutch.
Because
they've
done it all. They've done it. No. But if they make
which I agree.
I'm talking about making a play like housing an interception or a fumble, because they've done that all year. I don't know how many defensive touchdowns they scored this year, but it's a lot.
Basically, what was it? The Texans game the first week against the Steelers. It's 7-6 going into the fourth quarter. And the end score was 30-6 or something.
Yeah,
stupid?
That's never happened before.
2 defensive touchdowns and
a team has never returned a fumble and an interception in the fourth quarter for a touchdown in a playoff game before. That was the first time.
I mean, if it happens in the fourth quarter, it happens in the fourth quarter.
I'm not even saying the fourth quarter though.
But
in Seattle.
Stafford always keeps you in the game.
Here's what I'm saying. I could see a scenario where the Seahawks have the ball first. They're in Seattle. They go down there and score.
Yeah.
The Rams turn the ball over, and they score on the play. Now we're talking 14-0.
Yeah. And
then the Rams going 3 and out. And then and then Seattle scoring, whether it's a field goal or another touchdown, we're talking 17-0 or 21-0. And you're talking about a completely different ballgame.
I don't think the Rams have had a turnover in the postseason. Not like an interception / fumble.
And
if they were going to have a fumble, it would have been in that Snow Bowl.
I think I agree. I think I agree with you, Ray. Overall,
I'm just saying this is the team.
Anything can happen.
Well,
you're
exactly.
looking at both,
and I think the percentage for Seattle to blow out the Rams is the lowest of the 4 scenarios that you're giving out. I do think it's the lowest, but I do think it's a possibility. It might only be 5 or 10%, but it's out there.
If you're just looking at the 2 games where the Rams played against the Seahawks, I understand why you wouldn't see that as a possibility. But from the perspective of somebody who had the Seahawks defense in multiple fantasy leagues this year, I can tell you that they fucking wrecked people. They wrecked a lot of people this year. And they have a lot of really good players on defense. And Stafford, outside of this season, and even towards the end, he had a couple of games where he had multiple turnovers. The Seahawks, to me, if he happens to have a lapse, they're a team that will take advantage of it. And this season's version of the Seahawks has done that time and time and time again. The way that they buried the 49ers was being there for every single mistake that the 49ers made. And so they are a team that can do that to you. But I don't see it happening. I'm not picking that happening.
Well, the Rams haven't had a turnover. The Seahawks were coming off a bye. They had that bye to rest when they went up against the Niners. Niners just didn't show up.
And remember
that game.
If
that wasn't
the
Niners
football game when they won in the wild card round. I think in the third quarter I texted you guys. I said, "Look, whoever wins this game is losing in the next round." And it was because of injuries, and it was because of how they were playing. I gave the Niners a 5% chance of moving on in the second round. I really just didn't see them moving on. I thought they were in bad shape.
Charbonnet's out. Stafford's the last quarterback that has this kind of experience.
Absolutely. And Walker is great. So
does Sam Darnold rise to the occasion? Does he fold?
How injured is he?
Who, Stafford or Darnold?
So the reason I picked the 49ers to win was I was giving them a puncher's chance because I didn't think the Seahawks were going to be able to pass the ball. And Darnold finished that game with exactly 102 passing yards.
So and part of that is because that's all he needed to do.
But they won't be able to do that against the Rams.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree. A big part of it is maybe that's all he could do because he was hurt and they were trying to really limit, his throwing yards. And so I get your point. Coming into this week, if he's limited, even a little bit, even 25% limited in what he can do, well, you're playing the Rams. So maybe that's the edge, or maybe that's the additional edge that the Rams need to to take them out. So totally get that. And I'm definitely taking the Rams in this game. From the beginning, I've said out of the NFC, I think the Rams we're going to take it. And now, honestly, the way things are shaping up, it looks like it's going to be the Rams versus New England in the Super Bowl, because I just cannot see Denver winning with.
And let me ask you this: if Denver does pull a rabbit out of their hat and they do win,
oh man,
then they're just
then the Rams. I feel like the Rams have an easier Super Bowl.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Like,
as a
they're not
Rams
gonna be able to do
fan,
that.
you should be rooting for Denver for sure.
Yeah,
but I can't see Denver getting past New England. I mean, anything's possible in the NFL. They do have their 15-20% chance.
Well,
but with Stidham as quarterback, God, it would be it would be an injustice to the NFL and the season if Denver gets into the Super Bowl with a backup.
Well, they shouldn't have jobbed Josh Allen like that.
well,
Nick
Denver has
a
Super Bowl head
in the
coach.
locker room, right?
Well, they should have known what they were getting into,
right?
They should have known. Like if you were trying to increase watchability, and you're like, it's a better storyline if we get this young kid Bo Nix who beat Josh Allen in the championship game, and then he's like, and you're just like, yeah, the great idea, and you're just not planning at all for the fact that he might not get to play because he's an idiot and does something stupid, and then actually does something stupid and isn't going to play. Like it serves him right. That would be fantastic.
Which is hilarious, but. Like the NFL, like if you believe in conspiracy theories and you think that this is basically the WWE and NFL's just setting everything up.
Thank you for saying that for a second, because let me stop you. It doesn't have to be conspiracy. The NFL, at its core, is sports entertainment. Right or wrong? That's their job.
Right.
Is their job to bring you the most pure product? Or is their job to entertain you?
Entertain, but I think in the process of entertaining, it has to be a semblance of fairness. But
Right. Well, it used to seem that way. There's so much noise.
you're a little jaded over there, but
I just don't feel that way anymore, man.
You got really jaded last week. Damn.
It was some garbage.
That's funny.
It shouldn't happen. At the very highest level of the game.
But it does. It happens every year.
Every year.
So
which is what makes the NFL great.
I think
it does, because so many people are talking about all the controversies and all the stuff. Like, that's part of the appeal, man.
Yeah, I'm sure Sean McDermott's family is really happy about it right now.
Don't keep it close.
Sean McDermott is doing just fine. Him and his family are going to be okay. But
don't keep it close. Don't keep it close.
Just because they're going to be okay financially doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, dude.
Don't keep it close. Don't keep it close.
What are we talking about? Don't keep it close.
The game. Don't keep it close, and you won't worry about those bullshit little nitpicky this call that back. Don't keep it close.
100%.
Now, you say that.
Yeah, and you know what? I have watched plenty of games where the Rams were one bullshit call away, and I'm like.
And if you're not, but if you're close, but if you're,
I agree with that.
But if you're not, then what's the point?
What's the point of what?
What's the point?
You should be blowing them out. You should be kicking their butt. If it's coming down, if it's coming down to one call somewhere at the end of the game, well, then you didn't do your job by dominating the other team.
Yes.
Oh God,
and that's what I mean.
No, I agree.
Like in every sport,
I hate
whether it's fighting, and you leave it up to the judges. Or any of that other shit. Like, when you keep it close...
Yep. You left it close. That's up to you, man.
You're leaving the fate into other things. Other factors.
If you didn't want that judge to be the decision or whatever else, then you should have beat their ass. You should have done better. I agree with that. 100%. Like,
it's so funny.
If it's 52 to 48%...
It's so funny to me because, in general, I do agree with you. I agree with that mentality. But society has gone so far in the other direction, and just all the time, that argument to me is laughable if you're going to try and actually use it to defend something that's going on in society today, because it's not how we think anymore. That's not how we think anymore, that we try as hard as we possibly can to remove what you just said from being possible.
You know, I tell my boys this all the time. There's 3 rules in life. Really, if you can master these 3 rules, you'll be all right. Right? Life's not fair. Mm-hmm. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Mm-hmm. And nothing to it but to do it. And you leave it to the judges, you leave it to the refs, you leave it to the umpires. Life's not fair.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You're in their hands. Whatever happens.
Happens. So it's like
you can't complain about what happens. You left it there. I like that. I like it.
And so when I watch and I'm frustrated because my favorite fighter lost because of a fucking bad call or a judge or they stopped the fight early or whatever, or my favorite football team, 1 or 2 bad calls, I could either be pissed off for the week or the month or just be like, you know what?
So
life's not fair and they shouldn't have let it be that close.
And I'm with you. And when it happened,
I don't care if society hasn't grown, has grown out of that. Right. I don't care if society has grown out of that. Guess what? A lot of people in society fail in life, right? A lot of people in society. I'm talking to society. A lot of you fail in life.
You guys.
And you just want the rules to be catered, and you want it skewed more your direction so you can be competitive.
Let's spend 20 minutes defining the word equity.
Yeah, and
because we can have the Kamala Harris definition.
All right, we're not veering into politics.
And then we already did. We already kind of did, but. No. But I agree with you. And like anytime we come in here and we're talking about the Cowboys and like there was like some sort of
who's the only team in 20 years that haven't been in a championship game?
Some sort of from the NFC. There was some sort of
saw that.
There was some sort of debacle. With them at the end of the game.
On the NFC side of they're the only team on the NFC side that has not been in a championship game in 20 years
since 2000. So, whenever there's something that's going on with them and everybody's all in a huff about at the end of the game, something went wrong, we generally come on the air and I've got like 4 or 5 other things that I'm pissed off about that happened throughout the course of the game. So don't get me wrong. Like I believe in that. I do. But I don't like the butterfly argument type effects or butterfly effect type arguments where it's like, they talk about the amount of turnovers that happen during the game, because like when it comes down to it, like when you get to that point of the game, like and everything is equal, what happens on that play literally decides the game. The rest of it actually didn't matter because it all brought you to this point where everything was equal.
It did matter, but I get what you're saying. I get your point.
The reason I say that is because you don't know what else might have happened. You have no idea what else might have happened as a result of that thing that you said. Well, what if he hadn't thrown that interception? Well, what if he hadn't? Let's go. Let's walk that. Right. Do you really want to walk that? Because we could walk that and talk that like 30 different ways. You actually don't know what would have happened. Right. But what did happen is that we came to this point, and we have all of these professionals that are supposed to be, elite at their jobs. And we walked away.
But we can only be critical because we have replay. When you go back to those...
And thank you, because I said to start that whole thing that I came away from the whole weekend thinking replay was probably a huge mistake. Like if you
only from the sense,
just think about
only from the sense that like
all that stuff happening, like we didn't used to argue about the nuances of all these individual.
I didn't
plays.
come in here arguing about anything. You're the one that came in here arguing about shit. I didn't come in here arguing about nothing.
You don't, and you don't because you don't pay attention to that stuff.
I don't care. It's like you. It came down to one play because they chose not to blow the people out of the water.
I know you don't care, and the thing is,
it's not worth arguing.
What's driving me insane right now, actually, a little bit, is that you think that I'm the one generating these conversations. I'm just bringing them to your attention. They are happening ad nauseum around the sports media right now.
Don't let that dog back in.
They're like, these are the conversations that are going on all over the place in terms of like on X or Instagram and like that's all they're talking about in sports media when they're not talking about like a new coaching hire that just happened. They're focused on these plays still. Mm-hmm. And that's why. And so like,
what else are they gonna do for 5 days?
I love what
else are they gonna do for 5 days?
To me, like, I love you, man. To me, you're like you're kind of a one of a kind human being. Like you're a very rare human being. Most human beings are very stupid, and they spend their time like fiddling with stuff that doesn't matter. And that is my whole point, is if we didn't have instant replay, if we hadn't done that, if we hadn't started going, hey, you know what we could do? We could slow this down and see if he actually got that second toe in.
So
like if we hadn't started doing that, we wouldn't have like brought so much ugliness and discomfort and annoyance and like so many ways to just like tear at the things that we love. We would just have to fucking accept that it happened. Much more. And I would be okay with that. That's what I was trying to say at the very beginning.
Well,
not wanting to listen to the broadcast anymore is because like I am so tired of the third person in the booth who's this disembodied voice who only comes on when you're mad at the TV because something happened on that you disagree with rules wise, and and just all of it has gotten to me to a disgusting point where it's like, I wish that they didn't make so much money and that it wasn't so expensive to actually go watch the football games, because when you go and you actually like in person watch the football game, you don't get any of that crap. You see exactly what you want to see. You see all the players on the field. You hear all the noise. Like, you don't see any commercials. I don't have to listen to some stupid drug commercial 16 times throughout the course of my...
That is annoying.
It's so annoying.
Let me ask you something.
The whole thing.
All right, let me ask you something. All right, and I don't know if you're going to be able to detach yourself from this. I think you will. I think you'll be able to, but I'm not sure.
I'll do my best.
And great that Brian walked in right now at this moment. When you watch those two similar catch and strips plays in real time, could you tell that the one player was down and one player was not?
In real time?
In real time.
We're talking about those two plays.
In real time.
Yeah, two picks.
In real time.
I watched both those plays in real time, and to me, one looked like they both went down at the same time and one came up with the ball. And the other one was like watching it in slow-mo.
But that's also the angle. That's also the angle that you got. The only angle that we got the whole time on the Cooks one was from his back. So
that's okay. Regardless of the angle, what did you think when you saw it in real time?
It's not regardless of the angle because the one you see of Devontae Adams, you get the good angle. You get what actually happens.
Okay, but what he's saying, so in real time, you look at that Devontae Adams play and you're like, that's a catch.
And he was
down.
And
you look at the Cooks play and you're like, ooh, I don't know. That's
just
what
like
I'm saying.
It was like a roll.
It
was like this roll, and one came up with it, right? That's what it looked like in real time.
Okay, so what if you'd watched it from the back? What if you'd watched the Devontae Adams play from the back? And you wouldn't have seen it. You wouldn't have been able to see his knee go down. You would not have been able to see when his knee goes down.
Yeah.
He didn't want to answer the question. He went around it.
Because it's apples and oranges. It's a loaded question.
It's apples and oranges, exactly.
It's a loaded question.
It's exactly two different plays.
No, it's not.
It's apples and oranges. It's two different plays.
Thank you, Ken. No, we're not doing that.
Thank you, Ken.
As soon as I turned it around on him, you walked away. As soon as I turned it around on you, you started doing a dance.
Funny stuff.
So, there we go. All right.
I'll just say I see both sides of that one.
Yes.
When I watched both those plays in real time,
I'm saying.
When I watched both those plays in real time,
but you got
one looked obviously down.
But you got different angles.
But it's the angle I saw. It's the angle I got to see. Right? And I wasn't asking about the angles. I was asking when you watched it in real time.
So how do you legislate
when you watch it in real time? What did it look like?
I get your question.
The angle that I saw How do you legislate with just the angle that I saw?
You can
Because
only
you're the one
judge
complaining
what you're
about
given.
like all like the slow motion this, and I don't like that, and I don't. You're the one complaining about all the new
So real
technology
time, I thought it was
and watching
incomplete.
football.
Real time,
So the
real
view you
time.
got in real time. What did you see in real time? The view you got.
In real time, I thought the
that wasn't
Brandon
a hard
Cooks,
question.
In real time, I thought because of how it happened, I thought I just assumed the Brandon Cooks play was incomplete.
Okay.
That was what in real time,
And that's fine. There was no wrong answer. I just wanted to know what you saw.
In real time, that's how I saw it, as incomplete. And in real time, I didn't get to see the Devontae Adams play.
Okay.
So I can't answer that one.
Okay, sure. Well, okay. There's your answer. That's honest. That's what I wanted to know.
Yes.
What about you, Brian? In real time, did you get to see both those plays in real time?
Because my weekend was a little disjointed. I
didn't get to either?
I don't think I saw them both in real time.
Yeah.
But going back, I completely see what you're saying. Like if you see that play for the first time on both sides, like one side you're like, ooh, I don't know if Cooks got that or not, and on the other side you're like, Adams had that, and what happened?
But then flip
then
both of them.
No,
Flip both
and
of
then
them.
both of them, you look at the replay, and they look much more similar.
Well, I'm not
Don't
even
get me
saying
wrong.
I'm not saying just look at the replay. I'm talking about like we were talking about in real time, right?
So check this
hold
out.
on, hold on.
Before you go to your angle.
Sure.
Okay. Love you, bud. Before you go to your angle, the refs only got one POV. Right?
No.
Yes.
Well,
when they call the play in real time, because
On
they
the
call
field,
they
okay.
call the
Oh, theirs, their own.
They call it in real time.
Yeah. Okay.
They only get the one angle.
yeah, on the field.
but
their
they replayed
eyes,
it,
that
but they
angle.
replayed it.
I know, but we weren't going there yet. We were going based off of
In real
the
time.
real time call.
Yeah.
They only get the one angle. Now they have to have enough to overturn.
Didn't they call the
when
catch
they go to
in real time?
replay and all that stuff?
It wasn't the original call a catch.
For which one? They were
The
both
Cooks.
for Cooks.
I thought the Cooks play was originally called a catch.
I think
No,
that
I think it was originally called an interception.
Was it?
Yeah,
You might be right.
I think so.
You might be right. So all I was going to say
So puts them in two
All I was
different
gonna say
scenarios in the replay part.
is
Well, and just the fact that they were called differently.
I don't disagree
Makes
with
a
that
big
at all.
difference,
I
too.
don't disagree with that at all. And and that is, but that's also an issue. That to me that's also a problem.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, hey,
I'm sure you can go on for 30 minutes about
so-
that problem too.
No. Just in terms of a ruling is concerned,
Yeah.
like from somebody who spent a long time as a judge, like judging very meticulous things, like in terms of like me having to judge like how two cards work that like interact with the same portion of the battlefield based on when they entered the battlefield and things like that, and exactly how things are written. Like, it bothers me that a major portion of how they call plays is, well, how would we call it on the field? Like that shouldn't go into, like, if you are going to stop the game and you are going to look at the replay, we have
You just get it right.
forgotten about what you said.
Yeah, just get it right.
Like
I
we
can
have
see
completely
that point.
forgotten about what you. So hold on. Let me. As a Magic judge, okay. If players got into a situation that they didn't understand, they've already probably been arguing about it, right, and trying to figure it out. They've gotten to an impasse. They call a judge over. I come over, or someone else comes over. First of all, usually a level 1. Sometimes you're lucky and you catch a level 2, but it's usually a level 1 judge. You call first. That person gives a ruling. If you disagree with that ruling, you have the ability to appeal to the head judge or to a higher level judge, okay? And essentially, when the play goes under review, that's what we've done. We have said this play is too complicated for it to just stand as it was called. We need to assess the situation. Okay? Because I keep saying I because level 1 was the farthest that I chose to get to. Step out of the way. L2 comes in, completely rehears everything that I heard and it happened, and gives a ruling. Doesn't give a damn what I said. And that's the way that we should treat this. Is that once we've decided that we're going to go to replay, I don't want to go. I do not want to hear. This is the way that it was called on the field. So we don't have indisputable evidence to overturn it. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I just want you to break down the play and tell me how it is supposed to go.
All right, and here's why you're wrong.
You want to judge the game like it's chess, but you want to judge the game like it's chess. I tell you how to judge chess, then you tell me I'm wrong.
No,
like, okay.
No, I'm saying that football is not magic.
I know it's not, which is why we shouldn't legislate it like that.
I'm just saying, in
Pick a
football,
side.
in football, there are ties. There are I can't tell.
There's ties in Magic.
I can't tell
So
which way.
that's like.
Ties in Magic.
Are you serious, dude?
It's kind of a very rules based.
Are you serious?
You are the
You've got to be kidding me.
You are the judge. I'm not a
You
judge.
know
in
what? I
Magic.
almost
can't
asked
give you that.
what's a tie in Magic.
You don't know? You've never heard of a draw?
Well,
Seriously?
That's not what I'm saying. Like when you're calling a play in Magic, like this happened and this happened, and this happened.
There's no ties in
isn't a
football that way
draw.
either. There's no ties in football that way either.
There absolutely is,
No, there
because you
isn't.
can't tell what happened on the field. And so when you can't tell, and it's like it could be either way,
I see what he's saying.
then you have
Magic does have ties. It does have a tiebreaker.
okay.
You want to know what it is?
Sure.
It's called active and non-active player. That's how you break ties in Magic. So yes, you do break ties.
So
I know you're struggling because you didn't know what a draw was, but yes.
So let me frame that. What you're saying. Let me frame this.
You're arguing with me on how to judge something, and I'm letting you know right now that I know how to do it. So when I tell you that the rules for the NFL don't make sense because you are trying to legislate them in a way that doesn't apply to that type of game.
So
like you are taking a physical game and you are trying to legislate it as though it's a static game, and it's not the same.
So, all right. So hold on. A call is made on the field. The ref sees something. He makes a call on the field. Okay, it doesn't matter. He sees something. He makes a call on the field. Now, somebody throws a challenge flag. You're of the contention or the point of it doesn't matter at this point what is called on the field.
Yep.
Let's go to the replay cameras.
If they've
Hold on.
accepted the
Let me
flag.
finish. Let's go to the replay cameras and see exactly what happens on the field.
Yep.
Now, Brian is going, what if the camera angles don't reveal because of a body blockage or something like that, a conclusive decision on
That's
it?
different.
And
That's
at which point the call on the field stands.
because you have to have a
Because you
tiebreaker.
have to be able to see. And therefore he's defending the rule. The call on the field has to stay, and you have to find the undisputable evidence to overturn it.
So
That's what he's saying.
And I don't disagree with that. And based on the video evidence that they gave us while we were watching the broadcast, you would think that okay. Well, I mean, they both went to the ground. He didn't come up with it. I guess it was an interception. They didn't show us the other angle, and they absolutely had access to that angle, because there is absolutely no way that the NFL allows anybody into any of their stadiums to broadcast or to broadcast anything that they don't have access to. There's no way that happens. They had that angle. They could have given us that angle while we were watching it, and they chose not to.
That's outside of what we were talking about.
And they also
happening.
Now we're
and
going
they
back to
also
conspiracy
if you go back and you if you go back and you look,
I'm not saying it's not a conspiracy.
Some of it was shady, and
I'm not saying it's not shady.
And the thing is like, at the end of the day, if you found out that the NFL was like the WWE,
I'd stop watching it.
I would too.
yeah,
Yeah.
at least
In a
for a while.
heartbeat. No, in a heartbeat.
No,
I
yeah,
would, I would completely lose interest.
I stopped watching
mean,
WWE in the third grade. When
I swear
found
to-
out
I swear to God,
back
dude,
then when it was
You
WWF.
did, you did better than me. I think I lasted to fourth or fifth. but-
As soon as I found out it was fake,
Really?
I stopped watching.
But I
it.
mean, I knew it was fake the whole time.
I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I absolutely did not know it was fake.
It took till 4th or 5th grade for me.
For me, it was like 2nd or 3rd. I remember the moment because I was like cheering, whatever on TV, and my mom walks in and goes,
"I'm sorry,
it's fake." And I remember looking at my dad, and his face confirmed it.
Right.
His face confirmed it, and I that day stopped watching.
But okay, so hold on a second. Like, I don't like calling it fake. I don't like that word because
the outcome
outcomes.
The outcome is predetermined.
That's a better way to put it.
The stuff that they go through, very not fake.
Oh no, dude!
And
what they put their body through is amazing.
The physical demand on wrestlers in particular, like, and the guy, especially the guys who like built the WWE into what it is now. Those guys, oh my god. Like, they just tortured themselves. Like,
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, like all the crap that he went through.
Yeah, so I don't personally like to call it fake. And
but I wasn't watching it for the stunts.
And so, like,
because the stunts are very real. I think that's exactly
where
I'm going.
So here's why
the stunts are very real. It requires all the athleticism. But as a kid, that's not why I'm watching.
You felt like you became a fan of a particular wrestler or whatever, and you felt like you were behind him as a fighter. And wanted him to win his fights.
Yes, yeah.
Right. And I agree with that. And I enjoyed it. I didn't get into watching wrestling. Like, Chad was super into it, like our whole lives.
And I love his take on this. I don't know if you've ever heard him say this.
Let me finish first.
Okay. Well, don't let me forget.
I'll ask you when I come. I'll come back to it. I got into it with him when we were in high school, and I was into it for a couple years. We played a bunch of the video games. The video games were super fun.
Hey, the video games are fun.
And
I enjoy the video games.
And then I got out of it when I didn't like what was going on with some of the characters, and some of them, like some of them were left or whatever. And then years later with my kid, because he really liked John Cena, so we were just watching it, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching it with him, and I'm just like. For me, it's just I'm just doing something with my kid, and I'm like, I get why people watch this. Like, I didn't appreciate it when I was a teenager, but the real reason that you should want to watch this is for the soap opera that it is.
Okay, and that's where I was gonna go. So Chad, I don't know what it was.
It's a man's soap opera.
So
and
he said this comment to my sister, and it really put the whole thing into perspective, and it's exactly what you're saying. My sister was watching her soap opera or whatever she was watching, and he comes in and he kind of starts teasing her a little bit, and they get a little like playful shoving match type thing, and Chad's doing his like little, and he says to her like, "Come on, like." You know that the greatest soap opera ever made was wrestling, like, and it was just like it clicked, like that's the fuck what it is.
It is.
It's a 100%. Freaking soap opera.
It is.
And then South Park goes and reinforces it years later. That whole wrestling.
South Park is great at that.
Yeah, women have their telenovelas and like their however many soap operas there are available for them to watch now, and men have wrestling.
But I don't watch it still.
But that's what it is. It is the male, like, that's like, because it's silly, like, but there's violence, and like, and there's cool
and skill and cool
skill,
things going
cool
on.
Moves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fun music, like
Jimmy Superfly Snuka, man.
Like insults, put downs, insults and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
damn, that was a good one.
Like that stuff. Like there was all that stuff. Like, and it's the same. If you turned it on today, you could watch. Like, you could if
they had bad insurance.
It's so funny, dude. If you committed,
So they had bad insurance, though.
The wrestlers themselves. Oh yeah, no, they had. Yeah. It was terrible. Like, even it's funny because John Cena just retired, and the way that he's like, it's 45, 47, something like that. So
old man in the industry.
Right. But like when I was a kid, like Hogan was already his age and like nowhere near like done wrestling.
Well, should have been, but
Hogan was an interesting character because
that
dude never was sculpted. He was.
I mean, well, he was in that Rocky movie.
Huh?
He was in Rocky 3. And when he was in Rocky 3, dude, he was like at his peak, and he was big, dude.
And when did Rocky 3 come out in the 80s?
Yeah. It was 80.
So by the time I'm watching Hulk Hogan,
oh yeah, no, he was old.
Yeah,
he was old. So the thing is though, is John Cena's a newer wrestler, right? I think like he came in after, like he was one of the guys where like someone would talk about John Cena, about The Rock would whoop his ass, so like that because he was after The Rock, right. And the way that he talks about coming up in the WWE and everything makes it sound like it was still like the 80s in the late 2000s.
Yeah.
Like they took forever to modernize and actually like take care of their employees.
I find the documentaries about wrestling more interesting than watching wrestling.
It's wild.
I
have seen pieces of that.
And my point in talking about all of that stuff is like, I've made peace with the fact that like the people who make that much, who have that much money, who have that much power, have that much invested, like they tend to like to control things.
Fair enough.
And so, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that the NFL dictates, certain things. I'm not saying every little thing. But wrestling is also the same thing, where it's like
I could see it being where
every little thing they tell you what the outcome that they want is.
Yeah, I could see it and again it goes back to my point, like don't keep it close. And because I think there could be a world where they're like, yeah, call that one.
I hear you, but I think the NFL is too big.
And also, like I feel like
that's why they can only nibble at it.
Right, exactly, because the NFL is just too big. There's too many eyeballs on it. They can only shave the edges. That's all they could possibly do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't think it's worth the effort to shave the edges because
you're crazy. You're talking about billions of dollars either way.
No. I think you're risking way more by shaving those edges.
They don't risk things. If they thought they were risking things, they wouldn't do it.
Anytime you shave those edges, anytime you make those compromises,
it doesn't matter.
There's a trail.
It doesn't seem to matter what they do. More and more and more and more people absorb their product every year.
Well, yeah, but that's not the point.
It's not getting it. I mean, we've been watching it for a long time, and I don't feel like it's getting better in terms of.
I do.
No. And I'm talking about in terms of. Hey guys, let's get together, sit down with some snacks around the TV and watch a football game. That experience has gone downhill because so much more of it. No, that is true. But I'm saying when you actually do it, when you actually do it, that experience to me has gone down because you spend so much more of it arguing about the play that they're now that they are now looking at right now.
No, I think
I just don't feel that.
Watching your phone.
I don't feel that either. So,
but yeah, I don't. To me, the watching experience has gone down, and I'm like, I grew up watching football. I love football, and honestly, to me, it's gone up, which is the point we were making earlier as far as the instant replay and. The things they've done this year and last year, as far as the what is it? What do they call it? The instant, not instant replay, but the enhanced replay, whatever it is on the field, where they're just like, oh, replay told us it's this, so it's obviously replay
this.
Assist.
So, yeah, it adds such. It adds a relevance to the field, like you're okay. Wow, you say that, okay, this matters.
But why isn't so? If replay assist is able to do that in those times, why isn't it able to make the other decisions?
Because you have to take multiple. Like replay assist is when things are obvious. When you get an angle or the angle or whatever, and you're just like, that was obviously wrong, or this obviously has to be
obviously
this.
How?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Obvious how? Like who's like so? When replay assist triggers, why does it trigger? Is it triggered because of another set of eyeballs, or is it triggered because of AI telling you something?
Well, and I would say multiple sets of eyeballs, but I don't know what the AI standard is. I don't know how much
we
is
don't
being
we
used,
don't
and,
like we don't know.
And if you're saying in 5 years that it's all going to be AI, maybe
we actually don't know, and you don't. And that's another thing is like you don't know when replay assist is going to be triggered. There's times where you think that it should be and it's not, because like it's I don't know.
I feel like it's rules experts basically watching the game with an ability to say, "Hey, pause this into the official's ear and be like, wait a minute, let me take a look at it. Oh, it's obviously this." And then if they don't know it's obvious, then
like this guy's watching this camera angle, this guy's watching this camera angle. This guy's
I don't know. I love it. I think it really like adds to the game, keeps things moving on, and you feel like you're getting everything right or as right as you can. So
as right as technology allows us to get.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, like the refs are gonna always keep messing up.
There's always going to be something.
And the faster we can get AI refs, the happier Ken will be.
Jeez.
That's his point of the night.
Yeah. So AI refs and AI voiceovers for the commentators.
You can dial your level of biasness in there.
I love it. Well, it is getting pretty late. Should we
am I wrong?
throw some picks out there? Like, what are we predicting here?
I'm picking Rams, Patriots.
Yeah,
I am too.
Yeah, and I mean, we know the storylines of the game. You know, the Seahawks their quarterback's injured and they're down one of their running backs, but that just means that they get to use Ken Walker more.
I completely agree.
So I don't even really see it.
The way that team's built is if one of those running backs goes down, it's just like, well, we get to enhance the features of the other one right on, you know. Right. So I don't think that Charbonnet going down is a big deal because Walker will be able to take advantage of those things. So yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I am picking the Rams, and I think the Rams are going to win.
That game's going to be more entertaining to me.
That is definitely an entertaining game that could go either way. Like, I really feel like
I feel like if the Broncos win,
and like
you're
every Ram game has been like, oh my god.
If the Broncos somehow win on Sunday,
I hope not.
You're talking about a game that's not going to be fun to watch.
No, nobody wants the Broncos to win because that is
it's
bad
not even about
Super Bowl.
It's not even about whether they win. It's that if they win with Jarrett Stidham at quarterback, it means they're winning like 13-9.
Oh, they just bad storylines all around.
It would just be a very unwatchable game.
Yeah, unless Stidham comes out and throws for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns.
My expectation
there's
is that
always the chance that there's not enough tape on the guy and he just blows.
No, the Patriots actually are the
help.
only team that has tape on him. They drafted him.
Yeah, we got all kinds of tape on this
Josh McDaniels was his first offensive coordinator. So Josh McDaniels knows all of his weaknesses.
But it is the Broncos head coach who's actually won a Super Bowl.
Right. He's the only. It's funny is I saw this. This was the most hilarious thing I saw all week. If your head coach is not named Sean or Mike, your team's at home this weekend. 100% of the Seans and Mikes made the conference championship round. Because you got Sean versus Mike in the NFC, and you've got Sean versus Mike in the AFC.
Mike Tomlin got eliminated, though.
Huh? He's not a coach anymore.
Hey, where's he going? Is he going to Baltimore?
The statistic came up after he was fired.
He is not going to be coaching for at least 1 year.
Yeah.
And it honestly sounds like
what if Buffalo offers him the job?
Nope. It sounds like he's stepping away for good to me.
Yeah, he might be
I don't
done.
think he's coming back. But he's at least stepping away from this year. He will not go to Buffalo.
So who's going to Pittsburgh?
He's
My guess is it's going to be Brian Flores. We have experience with Brian Flores when he got his. If you don't remember, he accused the NFL of basically being like having some racist tendencies or having some racist things. Because of what happened.
He wasn't wrong though,
and he had some serious evidence to back him up. Like he wasn't wrong on this one.
The Dolphins lost a first-round draft pick.
Because they were wrong on this. Like they messed up. Like they messed up on this one.
Yeah.
And so Brian Flores wasn't
anyway. So it was just
and so he got blacklisted because he wasn't willing to go along. And so
it's hard to take the
what
NFL
happened,
serious all the time.
the Rooneys for the Steelers, the owners are incredibly racially, like whatever you want to call it, like aware. You know what I mean? And so this is something that they care about. And when
they
Brian
hired
Flores,
Tomlin, when they hired Tomlin, the Rooney Rule didn't exist.
exactly. And then it was called the Rooney Rule. And so then when Flores got screwed like this, they were like, dude, bring him in. And we created a job for Brian Flores. We created a job for him in our coaching structure, and he did amazing and went out and got a defensive coordinator job after that, which I was hoping we'd keep him somehow. But we didn't want to fire our DC at that time. So we let him go. But he's got incredible ties to Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin came out and said that if it was his choice, I would choose Brian Flores. And so I really think that's the way we're going to go. I really think that's the way we should go. I think Brian Flores is kind of a defensive genius. And Pittsburgh is just a defensive city. As much as I want an offensive coach, as much as I want things to kind of turn around, that's just not our tradition. And so I don't think that's the way we're going to go. So I really see, I think Brian Flores is our number one option. But we're also looking at both of your coordinators.
Yeah, I was on your defensive coordinator last year.
Your DC and it's not your OC, but your quarterback passing coordinator or whatever it's called. So those two guys are who we're looking at. And one of my other buddies thinks that we're going to hire both of them, and that one's going to be the head coach and one's going to be the coordinator. Not sure which one's which. So, and that's why we haven't hired anybody yet, is because we're waiting for your coaches. Oh, wow. So we're hiring your guys, bro. You better win the Super Bowl now, because we're taking
all
your
the time.
coaches.
Super Bowl winners always get stripped.
Yeah,
their coaches.
Yeah, it's.
You can have.
So we were talking about this on the way over. Another thing that I saw was that, and I was telling him, I'm not sure exactly how accurate it is because I didn't do a deep dive on it, but overwhelmingly, if your head coach doesn't win a Super Bowl in his first 5 years, he's unlikely to do so. Like historically, there's I think it was 4 coaches that have won outside of their first 5 years. If you don't win in your first 5, you don't.
But we were talking about the exceptions being Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher,
the exceptions
and Tom
are
Landry
good coaches.
Being Hall of
the exceptions
Fame
are
coaches.
Very good coaches.
Hall of Fame coaches, all 3 of them. So that's a big thing.
I just figured out the one in 8 years. That's Andy Reid.
Oh, there you go. And the fact that there is such a big turnover in the league now, what team has a head coach for more than 5 year? There aren't very many. That comes into the statistics.
But that's probably why, because they know that.
I don't know, man. I'm on this.
I'm saying
I'm obviously biased. I'm a Steeler fan, and I've been in the Steeler community for all these years. But I feel like you need to let your coaches develop. Like, if you think you found the head coach, if you think you found the guy, just because 1 year doesn't go your way or something goes wrong, your quarterback goes down or whatever, don't fire your freaking head coach. Don't fire Sean McDermott. Don't fire Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Don't fire Stefanski.
Yeah.
These are stupid fires. Why the hell did you do this, you idiots? Those 3 teams are freaking morons. When you have 10 other teams fighting for the coach that you just fired,
yeah, it was.
You fucked up.
I'm really unhappy with the Ravens right now.
Yeah,
because when the Giants announced that they were hiring John Harbaugh, I said, well, it was a fun 10 years of misery. It was fun. It was really fun with the Giants just floundering, after the Coughlin era, but that's over now. Is how I feel about it.
Dude, I forgot that you guys, I haven't got to express this, but Stefanski gets fired. Harbaugh gets fired. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. The 2 teams that can contend with us just got their head coaches fired. And their head coaches were great. This is great. We have such a coaching advantage. And then Mike Tomlin retired. I was like, God damn it.
So
now we're all in the same spot when we could have had this huge advantage.
So technically, he did the team a solid because he resigned. So if a team is to want to try and hire him, they have to trade for him.
Right. Which
just
is
like,
part of the
just like with Sean Payton.
Go anywhere.
When Sean Payton left New Orleans, it was the same kind of deal. Like it was he didn't get fired, he resigned,
right.
So that if a team was to poach him, they'd have to pay.
But what you're implying there is that Tomlin was going to get fired if he didn't resign, and I don't think that's the case.
No, I didn't think he was.
He was not going to get fired.
That's why I said he did him a solid. Like
he retired because of the chance in the stands. Like that's the way I feel. I see it, and that's the way I feel. And I am so pissed off and ashamed of the Pittsburgh fans. Oh my God, how are you chanting "Fire Mike Tomlin" at the end of that game? Like, I want to kick all their butts. Like, oh my God, you freaking idiots. I want to hit them all in the back of the head. Like, you morons, you're idiots. Like, you deserve what you're going to get now. Like, we have no idea what's going to happen, and it's all your fault.
Hey, man, here's what I'll say. Is they are on the front lines. Like, they probably, regret it afterwards. But they're on the front lines of paying for 7 straight playoff losses. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of those have come at home. Like where
you got to play in the playoffs for 7 out of 9 years.
Right, but it also costs money to do that. And so to get excited for the team and get invested and to go to a playoff game is like, have you seen the prices on a playoff game? Like, the fact that those things are sold out is miraculous because they are unbelievably expensive.
Completely agree. But for the last 8 years, who has Mike Tomlin had to work with at quarterback?
I mean,
end of career Ben Roethlisberger, which was not good. The last 2 to 3 years have been
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers
was good though.
Rodgers was decent. He was
PFF wise, but Rodgers graded.
He was actually
and when you
better
watch
than
some
expected.
of the throws that Rodgers made this year were still incredible.
And
honestly, is he coming back?
I will say
it's
not even the throws. He's going to decide.
Yeah, he's not going to make his decision.
It's not even the throws. Some of the decisions he made, some of the things that he did as a game manager on the field, getting them to jump off sides, getting them to show what
watching
coverage
your
they were
team.
in,
I felt like Rodgers was
call.
one of your best advantages on offense.
Yeah,
if not your only advantage on offense. Was the fact that he knew exactly what was going on all the time. The rest of that offense was very mediocre.
I completely agree. Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
You put a lot of other quarterbacks in that position without those players.
Oh, it would have been a lot worse.
And absolutely. The chance of fire Tomlin wouldn't have come in a playoff game because you wouldn't have had one. So to me,
the
Rodgers,
funny thing is that Tomlin needed.
To me, Rodgers can walk away. Because
he
he doesn't have to. I don't think Aaron Rodgers needs to go win into the Super Bowl to make the Hall of Fame. I think he'll be a Hall of Famer
for sure.
Like the 4 MVPs is going to do it.
No, he's in there.
And this year, to me, like after the last couple of years with the Jets and everything that happened, to me, like he reaffirmed why he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame this year. Like the way that he led that team to the playoffs and battled through injuries this year too. Hats off.
No,
Aaron Rodgers. That was a great season.
I agree.
Still hate you for most of the things you did to the Cowboys, but still great season. It's that week, so it's that time of year where on this day in such and such year, you see a replay from a playoff game or something like that, and Aaron Rodgers just like he crushed us twice. And yeah.
So do we all have New England and the Rams in the Super Bowl?
That's
everybody.
So.
Wow. All right. Well, that better happen. Like I feel super confident about New England, and I love the Rams, and I think if the Rams win here, they're going to win the Super Bowl. But if Seattle comes out here, Seattle's going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I said that 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl.
Well, and honestly, 8 weeks ago, like that's very prescient because 8 weeks ago I did not think that was true. I thought between Josh Allen and some of the other
I was on
in the
Josh Allen.
AFC, but
I felt like a long time ago watching just some of the games that they played this year, like the Baltimore game to start the season in particular, just the way that he like there was the Baltimore game and then like the Cincinnati game towards the end, the way that the entire team seemed to feed off of his energy and just stay calm and just keep plugging away, and they just like he had a couple of bad games. And that was another thing that's ultimately what took him down is like if Josh Allen doesn't turn the ball over that many times,
just had
like,
a few bad throws, yeah.
But every time Josh Allen didn't play great, they lost.
Yeah.
You know,
he had
to
play great, yeah.
But
which
that
is
team,
the problem.
But that team was, in tune with him, and I just had a feeling that like when when they got to the ultimate setting, like that Josh Allen was going to do it this year. So I was wrong about that, but I did have the Rams being the other team getting there. Oh man. So yeah, I that's who I feel is going to win at this point. Is the Rams.
The Rams.
That would surprise me.
And I think we all hope so, dude. I mean, obviously for your case, like
they have
our
everything.
teams are out. Like we hope your team wins, bro. But you have the best quarterback left in the field, and I think that gives you a huge advantage. And
the best coach.
I think so too. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah,
The
I would-
Patriots and
I would take McVay over Peyton.
Yeah. Well, the other two are like rookie coaches too, right?
They're good, but yeah.
Oh, Mike Vrabel is I
He's
wouldn't say
not, yeah.
no. Mike
He's not a
Vrabel
rookie,
is
but-
not someone to take lightly. Like
How many? But as a head coach, how many years?
But he's not. He's not
Six?
McVay.
Six.
He's not.
With that team?
no, this is his first year in New England, but he
Okay,
was
yeah.
he was with Tennessee, and when he was with Tennessee before they started making all those stupid decisions with their roster, like it was Mike Vrabel's
Oh,
team.
the rookie coach is the Seahawks.
It was
Yeah.
no. He's in his second year.
Oh, is he?
Is
Yeah.
he?
Second year.
Pete
Mike
Carroll's
Vrabel
been gone for
Mike
2
Vrabel's
years?
in his first. Yeah.
No, I knew Vrabel was
Pete
in his
Carroll's
first,
been
but
gone
Pete
for 2
Carroll's
years?
been
Yeah, Carroll had a gap year.
Oh,
Oh.
that's where my math is.
okay. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
confused on that too. I thought, okay, great, that makes sense.
Yeah, McDonald was there last year, and their defense was a little bit better, and they just overall looked better. And then they were just a completely different team this year. But, I felt like I had Vrabel, the Vrabel Tennessee Titan teams, like that was the team that ended the Patriots dynasty the first time, like and sent Brady home.
Vrabel's teams have always seemed to overperform, and I think that's the case this year too.
I agree.
Vrabel is a great coach. I agree.
Right, which is why I think he's not to be taken lightly.
It's true.
Because that's if you remember, the hallmark of the early Bill Belichick years was the same exact thing. Was that they just seemed to overperform, and it was because Bill Belichick always had a plan.
Right.
And like the couple of times they've played the Rams in the Super Bowl, and both times the Rams have had unbelievable offenses that and the point spreads have been in the favor of the Rams, and like we're talking about like high scoring expectations, and both times their offenses got completely shut down. Like was it they didn't even score a touchdown, right, in 2018?
I don't remember.
I think, I think it was 10-3.
And I just remember looking at the game and looking at McVay like, dude, this guy looks like he's got deer in the headlights.
Because Belichick does that to you.
Yeah.
Because he finds a weakness
Until he lost Brady, and then he just seemed lost.
Right, but it's because he had to start focusing on the other side of the ball. Whereas the whole time he had Brady, he had someone where he'd like, oh yeah, that sounds great, Tom, you got it. You know what I mean?
Good coaching,
right? And like, but Bill Belichick, but he's not. It's not just the Patriots that he did that with. He also did that to teams when he was the defensive coordinator under Bill Parcells with the Giants. Like, Bill Belichick has like 8 Super Bowl rings. And so Vrabel was one of the cornerstone, like just whatever guys that the Patriots, the first half of their dynasty was filled with. A bunch of like, I don't even know how this guy has a job, but when he plays Bill Belichick's defense, he looks like an all-pro.
Right.
Talking about Vrabel and Brewski and McGinnis and like guys that like they just
had
they,
a little
they just didn't pop.
intelligence.
They just didn't pop off the screen, but man, they made the right play all the time. They were just always
They
there.
knew what they're doing, yeah.
Right. And so, it wouldn't surprise me if he had a plan for the McVay. Like, I'm looking forward to that Super Bowl, Rams Patriots Part 3, and like it's the dynasty renewed in New England, and it really is because like Vrabel is a disciple from Belichick, like a direct disciple.
Go Rams.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
If we're all alive.
Sounds
Something
like a
like
plan.